Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Biscotto versus Otari Raz, and this is going to be another post-SUDA match, and then hopping right in, we will see Biscotto win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot. They'll go first, 40 versus 44. Opening hands, we have Inclusion, Tristalos, Talons, Valor, Droplet. They have Imperm, Fualos, Maximus, Ritual Spell, and Serpent. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. This is what I'm saying, bro. You can just draw hands that are, like, so awkward. To be fair, you probably shouldn't be playing Night Sword Serpent. Like, it's a lot better if your combo resolves, but if your Mitsurugi stuff is already resolving, you're already in a good spot anyways, so you probably shouldn't be playing that. Normal summon Tristalos, and then they go activate Fualos, and then, okay, never mind. Okay, so they just go normal summon, then activate Inclusion, so obviously they're testing, they're taking stuff back. Then Inclusion, go ahead, search out the hole, and then activate hole, pop, special summon out, and then effect to go dump. Yeah, they can't really impermanent, otherwise they can chain the Tristalos to summon Citri and make a Synchro 7 with these two. But I guess then you can chain Fualos in response. They're gonna dump the Soufflenier and the Tyzvern, okay, and then activate Monster Searcher, grab out the Smiger, and then activate, oh, never mind, okay, Synchro into the Synchro 7, sure. And then effect to go ahead and add back, that's fine. Now we're going to go Tristalos, banish, and then they chain Fualos, go ahead, special summon out 2 from the deck, 2 level 5s. They draw into Ryzeal Ice, and then Synchro, summon back out Tristalos, overlay into the Infinity track. Oh, cool, they play this. I've seen people play the Chronomaly, the one that is a detached 2 to negate. But okay, yeah, not having Nova Infinity there is really good, because now they don't draw 2 off the Fua. They draw Fua off Fua, and then detach to go search out the Therion King, and then now, okay, yeah, we're just showing them what we've searched, and summon Therion King by attaching, and then activate the Graveyard effect, discard special summon out, and then pop the one in the spell trap zone, activate the Smiger effect to go ahead and grab out the cluster, Talents to peep the hand, and then, okay, they're just looking at the top deck. I guess they were just looking at what they were gonna draw. I mean, you probably just hit ice here, right? Actually, do you hit ice? Because, like, realistically, like, none of these cards matter besides ice and imperm right now. Ritual Spell could matter depending on what they top deck. I feel like you can just beat ice, like, pretty easily, right? Like, if they go ice into, they have to go ice into sword into X, because if they go ice into X in the sword, then you can banish all 3, you can banish, like, all their bodies with your Synchro 9, and then they can't special sword, so that means they have to go for X, which just gives them, like, 2 more bodies. Okay, so they're gonna go ahead and rip the ice there, and then put the rest of the cards back, sure. But then also X would make the Maximus alive, so that is a little bit awkward. Then now they just go set 2, and then try to pass turn. They draw into another Ritual Spell. Wow, can't believe they drew that. Wait, did they shuffle? Because that was their top deck. Returned. Okay, returned. Hold on. They returned it to the bottom of the deck and then shuffled. Yeah, okay. So now they just go, like, show the top deck, I guess. Normal summon out Fua, then just submit the feat. And then on to the next game, we'll go ahead and see the Mitsurugi Ryzeal deck go first. We have the Hole, Droll, Droplet, Valor, Cluster. They have the Trap, Ash Blossom, Natter Servant, Valor, and Saji. So go main phase, normal Saji, effect, they let it resolve, search out Prayer, then drop Droll. They go Chain Prayer to search out the Ritual Monster, which I don't see why you would do there. Yeah, that just seems okay. That doesn't seem like the greatest play. I feel like we could have just set this card, and then on the opponent's turn we can activate it, tribute Saji, search from the deck off the Prayer, and then we can Saji search. So then we have the Ritual Monster plus Ritual Spell for follow-up. That's a very strong play, like, first action into a board. And you also have Natter's Servant that could maybe, like, bait an interruption before you do that. Okay, so now they draw into the Soufflenier, discard, special summon out, pop itself, and then effect to go special from deck. They Ash Blossom it, and our hand's very weak, so set Droplets, set Cluster. They draw on the Ice Ryzeal, normal summon Ice, effect, and they just submit the feat. So now Crystron will go first game 3, we'll go ahead and see the Hole, Tristalos, Soufflenier, Cluster, Droplet. They have Nadir Servant, X Ryzeal, Fua, Book of Eclipse, and Ritual Spell. Okay, so drop Fua right away, so that way they don't play in the Tristalos, and then discard, special summon, pop, effective special from deck, bring out the Smyger, and then they draw in the Book of Eclipse, activate Hole, pop, special summon out, effect to go dump 2, dump the Monster Searcher and the Monster Reborn, and then activate the Smyger effect, go ahead search out the Inclusion, okay, and then activate Inclusion Graveyard effect to special summon out, overlay, make the Infinity Track, they draw Prayers, and then activate the Infinite Track to go ahead search out Therion King, Inclusion, go search, grab out the Smyger from the decks of the hand, sure, and then set Trap, set Drop. Well, I was about to say, are we not summoning this? That'd be crazy. Then we go special summon, spell Trap Zone, and then pass turn. They draw into Bonfire. Oh, I guess it's also cool, right? If you play Therion King and you summon out Citrus from deck, you can actually... I guess that won't work. Never mind. I was going to say you could Therion King negate and then summon Legacia, but Therion King has to send itself since it has to send a Therion card, so it can't send the Crystron. So they start with Book of Eclipse, and then they go Therion King to go ahead and stop that. And then they go activate Book of Eclipse again to go ahead and try to set the field. Chain the Tristalos to special summon out from the deck. And then just synchro those off into the Synchro 7, which will now be Book of Moon. Sure, then special summon out the X by dumping Mirror Logic. And then X1, Mirror Logic 2 onto the Inclusion. Go ahead, search out Sword. Because Inclusion does have another effect that normally doesn't come up. It says the first time each of your Crystron monsters will destroy a battle, each turn it is not destroyed. Then special out Sword. Sword effect goes search. Grab out the Ice Ryzeal. Sure. And then now they're probably thinking about making like an Exceton Knight just to try to wipe the board. Or they may... Oh, wait. Is that enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? No, because it'd be 6, 6. Okay. So they go ahead, Detonator, equip, and then now they go normal summon Ice. Ice effect, special summon out Node. Node effect is... Okay, yeah, we don't have anything. Okay, just activate Bonfire to go ahead, search out X. And then overlay, make King of the Feral Limbs. And then King of the Feral Limbs effect, they droplet, sending 2 to shut down both. That's fine. Now they summon out the Twin of the Eclipse. Yeah. Okay. And then, what, do they plan on Nadir Servant, like, popping this? Because this can't beat over both, because this will make it lose 500 attack, so it can beat over one, but not the other. And then now they go activate Nadir Servant, dump Entus, search out Maximus, and then they could go Entus effect to go pop, and then pop the back row, chain Cluster. Okay, never mind, not even chaining the Cluster. Banish Entus, summon out Maximus, because this can also only target face-up cards, so we couldn't even, like, pop our own synchro if we wanted and summon back, but there wouldn't really be anything like great to summon back anyways. Then they summon out Maximus, dump Herald and Garua, and then they can dump Nova if they play it. Okay, just not even dumping. Nice. Okay, no, they don't even play the Nova. Dump the Gossip Shadow, and then the Crystron Synchro 5. Interesting that they play Gossip Shadow. Okay. Oh, I mean, they'd probably play Terra Top then, right? Like, that'd be the reason why they'd play this. Terra Top, Takum Tomborg. Ritual spells, summon out Ritual Monster, and then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3. Yeah, go ahead, search, add back, wipe the board. Then they activate the effect to go ahead and special summon back, and they can just Omno negate this. This does have a graveyard effect, but it won't do anything, because they will just lose here. Yeah, I was gonna say they just lose here. Then they offer a rematch, which, okay, I guess we'll go over it. I was gonna say, oh, they play plugin. I was gonna say, because I don't know if they were playing up to the par that they need to be. I mean, this player has 640 rating. This player has 588 rating. They're definitely playing like it. We got Terra Top, Monster Searcher, Droplet, Imperm, Talents. They have Prayers. Kusanagi, which I know I'm saying this wrong now. I don't remember how to say it correctly, but I will learn. Then they have Saji, Valor, Bonfire. These cards, they're going to be a lot harder to learn. Normal summon out Saji, effect, the Impermanent, then Chain Prayers, and that, yeah, I was going to say, that's just game. On to the next game, we see Crystron go first. We have Tristalos, Ash Blossom, Smiger, Imperm, Droll. They have Imperm, Talents, Nether Servant, Ash Blossom, and Kusanagi. Normal summon, make Clockwork Knight. Banish to go search, they Ash Blossom it. Yeah, which I think that's like fine to do. Yeah, I think that's like okay to do, right? If they had inclusion, they'd be playing this differently. And if they had, or would they be trying to bait you into Ash in this? And if they had the hole, they would hole pop this instead of making a link to play around something like Ash. So now pass, they draw another Ash Blossom, activate Nether Servant, dump Entis, search out Maximus because they want to Entis pop the Imperm that they assume is set, or Droplet or whatever. Then drop Droll and Lockbird, the Imperm gets popped, Talents like a hand, rip back Tristalos, and then just passes. Thinks about normal summoning and beating over this. This card doesn't do the most though. It's honestly not that scary. Oh, actually, it may have been correct to normal this and beat over this because it makes it really easy for them to use a hand trap to make SP to banish Entis, which shuts off your Maximus. Ooh, but you have Imperm, which can just stop the SP. Okay, sure. So they just passed. Dude, what is up with people not attacking? I don't know what it's been, but over the last week, people have just forgot to swing for damage like 10 times. Like, oh, what? Draw a ritual spell. And then, okay, yeah, they just take the damage anyways. Summon Maximus by banishing Maximus effect. They Veiler it. Normal summon out. Battle phase starts swinging for just damage. And then set the Imperm, pass. They draw Called By. Set Called By, pass. Draw Fualos. And then Maximus effect. Dump Garua, Herald. And then, yeah, we also need to dump. And then we're going to Called By the Herald. Okay, is this player just not dumping again off Maximus? They Ash the Prayer. Doesn't even activate the Kusanagi effect to add back. Bro, come on. What is going on? They attack. Set Fualos, pass. Set Fualos, pass. Okay, now they draw the Monster Searcher. Sure, normal summon at battle phase. Crash. And then, yeah, I mean, they can't really, like, prevent that. Okay, I was going to say, okay, they just attack over Fua. Pass. They draw Nether Servant. And then switches Maximus to defense and passes. I guess we just don't have anything good left in our extra deck to get value off of. Otherwise, like, you know, obviously we could Maximus effect. We could also Crash. Okay, and they're just dumping 1 to the graveyard. Doesn't even dump 2 to the graveyard. Bro, what is going on? Is this just the battle of the bots right now? What is even going on? They draw a Veiler. Okay, yeah, they dump 2. And then now they're going to go effect, pop, go special, bring out Tristalos, pass. They draw Fualos. They could have also just done this before, right? Like, they could have beat over Fua, and then effect, pop, summon, like, last turn. Now they draw into another Fua, which would have looked broken if this Fua didn't get beat over. And then normal summon out Fua, make Lizard Dose, and then we have Lizard Dose effect, banish to draw. And then they go chain the special from deck and synchro, the impermanent, draws into the 3rd Fua. Okay. Now they just pass, draw the Therion. Okay, so they don't even play the Trabrigade Blossom, otherwise they could Nether Servant, add back Maximus, Blossom draw, put back. They draw on the Therion King. Now they can go activate Therion King, special summon spell Trap Zone, and then activate, banish, go search. Grab out the Smiger there. Normal summon Smiger. They admit defeat. That was insane. Now we're going to see the Mitsurugi deck go first. We have Tristalos, Foolish, Talent, Soufflenier, Ash Blossom. They have Serpent, Bonfire, Nether Servant, Prayers, and Imperm. So activate Bonfire, they Ash it. Activate Nether Servant, dump Garua, grab out Maximus. And then Garua effect to go ahead and draw into the Futso. Summon Maximus by banishing Maximus effect. Go ahead, dump Herald, dump Mirrorlogic. Herald Chainlink 1, Mirrorlogic Chainlink 2. Search out Omno, activate Prayers, and yes, finally they're dumping off Maximus in a reasonable time. And then, yeah, they sided up the Therion King, so they're dumping that. And then normal Saji effect, grab out Ritual Spell, which I guess at this point we know they don't have like an Imperm because they would have Imperm Maximus. So yeah, that's fine. Ritual spell goes summon out from the hand by dumping from the deck. And then new Chain Link. They're going to go effect to add back Saji. Okay. Add back Saji? Like, dude, what is going on? Add back Ritual spell. Activate Ritual spell. Summon. Tribute. Like anything. And then we can go ahead and search out the trap card. We could search out prayers. We could have also just added back prayers. Like, we don't even have the Raigeki set up, bro. Like, nah. If they offer another rematch, I can't watch it. I can't do it. Honestly, this match is making me realize I need to go almost over only strictly high-rated players and unrated or money matches. Because, bro, like, what am I even watching? And the thing is, they're testing too, so it's like, Biscotto should be telling the opponent, like, yo, you should be doing this, actually, like, helping your friend improve on their gameplay, because they might be new with the deck and might just be horrible with it, because they're new with it. But it's up to you as their testing partner to catch them up, so that way you are testing against someone who at least is mediocre with the deck, right? Not like, first time ever playing it, never watched a game with it, right? So they go ahead and imperm the Terratop there. Now, normal Tristalos, activate Foolish, dump the Smyger, and then activate Smyger effect, banish Ghost Search, grab out the Inclusion. Also, I don't know which column imperm was in, but if it was the Foolish column, like, it's whatever in testing, it doesn't matter. Like, just don't, it doesn't even matter. Just don't, who cares, right? You could have used it in any of the other 4 zones. The only time the imperm column matters is if people do that, like, at a YCS or at a regional, then you can be like, ha, gotcha. But go ahead, search, and then activate hole, pop, special summon out, and then effect to go dump. Dump the cluster and the monster searcher, then monster searcher, banish, grab out a Smyger from the deck to the hand. Now Synchro 7, effect to add back the cluster, and then activate Tristalos, pop, special summon out from the deck, and then activate Synchro 7, the special summon back out the Tristalos, overlay into Nova. Oh, so they do play Nova Infinity, but they don't play the Makaba with it, which I think is becoming a little bit more fair because people know that they play Nova with Makaba, but also at the same time, like, I guess, like, Maximus is also becoming a little bit more popular, so that would also come up against that, and people might just not be experienced against Crystron. Like, I think if you go to a YCS and you play Crystron, there's a very high chance that people are going to be reading your cards. Yeah, I think people are just going to double reread over them, even if they do somewhat know what they do. Infinity effect to go take, and then they're thinking if they want to chain to make them discard, which they do. And now Talents is live, so they're going to use the effect to look at the hand. And then that will go ahead and just rip the Saji back into the deck. Activate Inclusion, banish, summon back out. Battle phase, beat over, because this makes them lose 500 attack and defense. And then attack. Okay. And then set, pass, they draw Saji. Okay, because they didn't shuffle. Sure, now they just have no playable cards. And then that is it. Also, look at that. We got 2026 YCS champion in here. 2026. You're going to push yourself a whole year back. At least you got a whole year of training, right? You got to put yourself in the hyperbolic time chamber for the next year and just cook it up. Okay, so yeah, okay, that is going to be it for the video. I guess there was like more to learn off of what I was saying based off of the actual gameplay. Like, these cards do get their effects not just on normal or special, it's also if they're tributed. And also another effect that I've seen people not use of these, that I have seen come up a little bit, not too much though, is that if another reptile monster or monsters are destroyed by battle or card effect, you can tribute this card instead. And note that it also says you can tribute this card instead. And if this card is tributed, you can add back. And it's the same with the Saji. So you're able to, tribute and then search when you're trying to protect your bodies, which is something that, can come up. So, it's just like something else to note. If you're playing the deck or even playing against the deck, make sure your opponents are taking 800 damage. This can come up especially in like real life tourney play where there's a timer, 45 minutes, time hits 0, you're up in life. GG's, GG's, GG's. One of your main interruptions makes you take damage, like that's something to note, maybe you are in a game too that you're like, okay, how I guess when would that come up exactly? Because it would come up mainly like game 3 when your opponent starts. That's when it would like mainly come up, right? So I guess it's not like a situation that you can like somewhat force. Yeah, I guess it's not a situation that you can somewhat force, but well, I guess it is game 3, right? Even if you think you're gonna lose, maybe you just play it out. And if your opponent makes a mistake, special summons back out, they take the damage. There's a minute left on the clock. You build a half board. You just like throw bodies out there, making random SPs and stuff, and then time on the clock hits 0. Nice, GG's. We take those. We take those. And that's like a downside of having a card that says take 800 on it, which is another thing. I don't think Konami should be printing cards that say take 800 or gain life points. I feel like these cards are very toxic for the game, for the competitive standpoint. And they really don't have very much value added to them. It's kind of like Fiendsmith Lacrima. That card should have never said burn 12 on it. There was no reason for it to say burn 12. It could have said target a monster on the field, it gains 1200 attack permanently. And that would have also worked with the Agunde that they then later released, which like would have worked alongside of that card. But instead they said, yeah, let's burn with this card so that way people can win in time, which I think is, it's not the greatest card design idea that Konami should probably just prevent doing. But with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.